Thanks, Kalisha. Farmers and small businesses are getting special attention as the government helps those worst affected by last week's flood rains in Portland, St. Mary and St. Anne get back on their feet. 3 government ministers and other officials toured the 3 parishes on Wednesday, where the issue of proper drainage across the island was once again discussed. Krista Campbell reports.
A week after devastating floods in Portland, St. Mary and St. Anne, 3 government ministers, state minister and other officials toured some of the worst affected areas, promising short-term assistance and looking at long-term solutions. For instance, the St. Mary capital of Port Maria, which has been flooded for at least 7 times since 2006, last week's flooding deemed the worst.
All of the businesses in Port Maria has been severely affected. The concerns that we have, there are many concerns, but one of the concerns that is large on the agenda is the small businesses in the town and even some of the large businesses who don't have insurance because this area is deemed as a risk factor in terms of insurance.
The local government minister has pledged funds to help cleaning up the town, with special attention on the Port Maria Primary School, where the building that housed Grade 3 is now unfit for use. The National Works Agency contends that, like the rest of the island, Port Maria has outgrown its drainage capacity, and so a comprehensive drainage system is needed for the extensive flood rains the island has been experiencing over the past few years.
The drainage infrastructure is very costly and also requires displacement of residents and businesses. And Port Maria is no different, being along the south coast, and its elevation relative to mean sea level means that we will have to do a lot of work for the drainage improvement.
In the meantime, river training and dredging will be recommended. In Portland, at least one farmer complained that was a contributing factor to the flooding on his farm.
I told him not to bust out the water that the water half of the road can come here. But they didn't hear me. I live here for years and I know the problem. So the problem is that whenever time they cut out the drain to lead the water off of the road in here, this big water push it back on the road and mash up the road down there.
Farmers who have been hard hit by last week's flood rains will be getting special attention to recover.
It's about 200 rows of plantains, likewise bananas. About 4 squares of pumpkin.
Chicken farmers in St. Mary were also badly affected. One farmer losing between 1,800 and 2,000 birds and 50 more every day since the flood. The Rural Agricultural Development Authority has reached out to help, but another farmer says he's also helping himself.
2 measures that I'm going to use to prevent that incident from happening again, like dig the gutter much deeper and put up some shelves. Then if the heavy rain comes, I can put them up instead of them to drown again. Yeah, so that's the 2 short-term measures. A long-term measure, I will have to put another roadblock and then build it up more, so the water won't come in so easily.
While the agriculture minister noted that all the affected farmers will get help, many of them lament they were not aware about an insurance scheme to protect them against disasters like floods.
But we have reached out to the insurance company and we are assured that they are doing their early assessment, which is normal. They have to go through to see whether all preconditions have been met, and we wouldn't be able to give an assessment yet.
Krista Campbell, TVJ News.